My name's Chad Cutting, and I'm the Director of Coordinators here at Joshua Expeditions. Over the last 20 years, JE has been committed to bringing the gospel to people around the world through travel. In 2013, we started our JE Ministry Fund, where we partner with organizations to help feed children in orphanages, sponsor student educations, build homes for families in need, and support community development. Specifically in Uganda, we help support over 50 Ugandan students in an effort to help them get through primary and secondary education, as well as support feedings in the slums for single mothers and their children in an effort to bring them out of the poverty they're currently trapped in. But we felt called to do more. Through our long-term partners in Uganda, we had a new and exciting opportunity to send our sponsored children on mission in their own country. I didn't know what to expect going into the trip, honestly. The island of Buvu in total is about 8,000 people. It's only about 6 kilometers if you were to walk around the whole island. This is not an island that you could look up on a map. It is very remote, in the middle of Lake Victoria, away from pretty much everything. There's a very heavy need for these people to be reached. This is a very untouched community. Our partners reached out to us and said, what would you think about really trying to change this community? A few other Americans that we partner with have been on the island and met the guy who owns all of the land on the entire island. So they were just asking, what would the locals' opinions be if we started sending some other Americans, or we even got some Christians that are living up on the mainland in Uganda and brought them out here and essentially just started loving on the community and just showing them Christ's love. I mean, this guy who owns all the land was like, oh, I think that's a fantastic idea. So the whole focus of the trip was the students getting to go to this island of Buvu and being able to do a whole bunch of ministry work there. In order to get to the island in Lake Victoria that we were doing the ministry on, we had about a 3-hour boat ride over to the island of Buvu. The ferry that we were on was not only taking us to the island of Buvu, but it was also taking passengers who were using it as a ferry to get to one of the main islands in Lake Victoria named Kalandra. I think it was about 30 minutes into the boat ride, one of the first students got up and they started preaching in their native language of Ugandan, and I had no idea what they were saying, but I leaned over and asked one of the guys with us and said, hey, what are they doing? He was just very nonchalantly saying, oh, she's just preaching the gospel. It is such a normal part of all of those students' lives to love Jesus and to love others and to want others to love Jesus, that to him it was so normal. While we keep going on the boat ride, after she started preaching, then there was a chorus of worship songs that took place among everybody. And then the next student got up and was sharing Jesus and the gospel with the back half of the boat. And then finally arrived at the island of Buvu. The students' main goals for the trip were to share the love of Christ, spread the gospel. They participated in building a house for one of the locals there who could not afford to build a house. We purchased the land, purchased the materials, and we were able to start doing the majority of the work to build the foundation and the walls for her during the time that we were there. We also spent time cooking a bunch of different food, so we got the community to come out and meet with us. The need to pour into these students' lives falls solely upon either the young children or the parents, and the parents are off busy trying to make a living. They do a lot of fishing, send the fish back to the mainland in order to make money to continue to live there. We were able to go into the classrooms, and our students were able to share the gospel with all the classrooms that they went into. So they walked all of these young kids step by step through the gospel, everything from Jesus being hung on a cross to him being put in the tomb being empty, him being resurrected. They got the students in the classrooms to interact and answer questions, have them participate in songs, and the children chant to the teacher that we want you to put the scripture John 3:16 on the board so that we can continue to learn about Jesus every day. In our conference room here at our JE office, we have letters under our conference table that we get to see these students who have written back to us that we sponsor, and just how thankful they are for the sponsorship. But to be able to go and see and meet these students face to face and get to see them serve and live out the life that they are writing to us about was incredible. We'll continue to work with them because we know that seeing it firsthand and helping this community, it's a need. Being able to equip those that are local there, sending them out, because the people of the island of Buvu, they need the help, they need the assistance, but above all, they need Jesus. And that's really what the focus of this whole thing is. These children were so full of joy and so excited to share the gospel. By traveling with Joshua Expeditions, you help sponsor new gospel opportunities like this and become part of a bigger story. Thank you for partnering with us as we seek to inspire purpose, develop leaders, and share Christ through travel around the world.